Ah, the horror game. More immersive than the horror movie, but not as much as a book. When the masters swing back in town, you just know that we have to take a look at their back catalog. With that said, and to celebrate the release of The Devil in Me, let's take a look at the Dark Pictures Anthology, Man of Medan, in today's Acclaimed Game Retrospective. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Another year, another terrifying entry into Supermassive Games' The Dark Pictures Anthology. The studio is already on a roll this year, having released The Quarry for 2K a few months ago. But that didn't stop them from cranking out the next chapter in their spine-tingling episodic franchise for Bandai Namco. The latest installment of the series is called The Devil in Me, and it stars actors from popular media such as Game of Thrones, Dune, Chernobyl, and Britain's longest-running and most popular soap, Coronation Street. That's some serious presence and star power, and it should hold up to the previous entries that have starred actors like Will Poulter, Ashley Tisdale, and Shawn Ashmore. The Devil in Me should already be available for all of you horror hounds out there who can't wait to get their fix of watching characters die in gruesome ways after failing a QTE. But we aren't here to talk about that today. As stated in the pre-roll, we're going to be covering the first title in the Dark Pictures Anthology series, Man of Medan. So put on your swim gear, your proton packs, and get ready to fight some specters and hallucinations aboard an evil ghost ship. Upon starting the game, you get a prologue that takes place just after World War II and lays the foundations for what to expect from the game in terms of story and scares. There's tension, QTEs, and fucked up looking ghost children within the first 15 minutes, so you know you're in for a good time. But forget all of that. After you're introduced to the game's controls and mechanics and learn about the fate of the Death Ship and its crew, you get a sick rock intro and are introduced to the game's version of the Crypt Keeper and resident baddest motherfucker alive, the Curator. He looks a little like his alleged face model Toby Pankhurst, and a lot like the T-1000 himself, Robert Patrick. With the silkiest British accent you've ever heard, he tells you that he has a story that's not quite finished and enlists your help with completing it by making decisions and guiding the flow of the story. It's a great framing device, but it falls just short of Peter Stormare's turn as Dr. Hill in Until Dawn. After receiving the Curator's blessing, you then are introduced to the modern-day cast of the story, which consists of brothers Alex and Brad, Alex's girlfriend Julia, and her brother Conrad, who is played by Iceman actor and Quantum Break star Shawn Ashmore. They are being taken on a diving expedition to explore a crashed World War II plane in the South Pacific by a ship called the Duke of Milan, which is piloted by the ship's surly skipper named Fliss. As with all horror movies that star a group of 20-somethings, there's plenty of beer, interpersonal drama, and sexual innuendo, but other than that, things seem to be going smoothly. That is, until pirates disguised as fishermen hold the group hostage and hijack their boat. The rapscallions then learn the coordinates of every pirate's #1 weakness, hidden treasure, and set out to claim it using the Duke of Milan. Storms, choppy seas, and general incompetence result in the Duke crashing into the ghost ship from the beginning of the game. And this is where the scares really start to take off. Even though this is the first installment of the Dark Pictures Anthology, you can really tell that Supermassive wanted this to be something that lasts, and they used all of the lessons they learned in making Until Dawn to create something original and terrifying. As you split up into groups to explore the ship's many corridors and experience the horrors hidden inside, everything from the graphics tech that allows for the realistic I just shit my pants faces on each character to the actual pacing of the story and scares are excellent. Some might tell you that Man of Medan is the weakest entry in the series, but we here at S35 Gaming would argue that Man of Medan needed to float, so The Devil in Me could fry people by setting them on fire. So which is your favorite entry into the Dark Pictures Anthology? Let us know in the comments, but come on, remember to be nice. And while you're here, why don't you check out our indie game spotlight on the masterpiece that is Black Mesa, and stay tuned for our upcoming short video essay on the Callisto Protocol. I'm Mike Golchinski, and I'll see you in the next video.